My name is Jordan Kudlak, and I did my research critique on the effects of early skin-to-skin contact during the first 3 hours after birth. After an infant is born, there is rarely any time to provide immediate skin-to-skin contact because of the necessary hospital protocols, such as APGAR scoring, which occurs on the infant's bed. The research problem? The problem is that mothers don't get the chance to initiate early skin-to-skin contact because of the hospital protocols. This results in less mothers wanting to exclusively breastfeed. As we all know, breastfeeding provides many benefits to the infant, such as necessary nutrients. It is also found that infants are capable of latching to their mother's nipple without assistance within the first hour after birth. This would initiate breastfeeding success with early skin-to-skin contact. The literature review. There is not much previous literature that was used to determine the reliability of early skin-to-skin contact and exclusively breastfeeding that included all of the variables. The variables in this study included the mother's age, primary language, race, ethnicity, smoking status, educational level, anesthesia use, and delivery method. Previous studies have included one or more variables, but not all of them, and 2 studies were mentioned. The first one was from Moore and colleagues, which evaluated early skin-to-skin contact studies in a Cochrane review. And the second one was by Mikhail Kostra and colleagues, which concluded that mother-infant skin-to-skin contact that lasted longer than 20 minutes increases the duration of exclusive breastfeeding. And this is the article. It's the effects of early skin-to-skin mother-infant contact during the first 3 hours following birth on exclusive breastfeeding during the maternity hospital stay. And the authors included Leslie Bramson, Jerry Lee, Elizabeth Moore, Suzanne Montgomery, Christine Niche, Kala Bajiri, Carolyn Lopez-Milcher. And the problem and purpose of the study, there is not much information that has been previously studied on this subject, so they wanted to obtain more information. Also, the researchers wanted to improve development of newborns through bonding and attachment of the early skin-to-skin contact. The study design, it was a correlational design with a pre and post test. There was no framework identified in the study, and the study took place at multiple PSN contracted hospitals in Southern California. And there are independent and dependent variables. The independent variables included the mother-infant feeding method, maternal sociodemographic characteristics, and duration spent in early skin-to-skin contact. The dependent variable was the actual type and method of feeding the infant received. The sample size was 21,842 mothers. The inclusion criteria included being a mother who delivered a healthy single infant and mothers who were not separated from their infant for more than 1 hour during the hospital stay. And there was no exclusion criteria mentioned in the study. How was the study conducted? First, the researchers interviewed the mother in her primary language, which either consisted of English or Spanish. Next, the researchers gave the mothers a data collection sheet that was developed by PSN to obtain their sociodemographic data, which included the variables mentioned before, such as the mother's age, primary language, race, ethnicity, smoking status, and educational level. More information was collected during this study, during the intrapartum and postpartum periods, such as delivery method, the type of anesthesia used, and the time spent in early skin-to-skin contact. And the results of the study, the mothers were mostly non-smoking Hispanics who obtained an education of high school diploma or less. The mean age was 26.7 years old. Also, the most used feeding method was exclusively breastfeeding, and they were mostly vaginal births, and the duration of skin-to-skin contact was for at least 1 hour or more. And the overall results of the study showed that the longer periods of early skin-to-skin contact lead to an increased likelihood of the mother wanting to exclusively breastfeed. There were a couple limitations of the study. First, the medication Pitocin that's used during labor, that wasn't measured during the study, and that may play an important role in the maternal-infant behavior in the first hours following birth. The researcher also said that it was not a randomized control study and that a longer interval would have been preferred. And lastly, there need to be longer follow-up studies to determine the impact of extended uninterrupted skin-to-skin contact after the mother and infant leave the hospital. The implications to nursing practice, there were a couple implications to nursing practice in the study. The first one was that early skin-to-skin contact is clinically effective with increasing exclusive breastfeeding during the maternal hospital stay. One more implication for nursing practice is that the uninterrupted skin-to-skin contact is needed because it strengthens the maternal-infant bonding and attachment. The study also was important to nursing practice because in the sense that the peripartum staff can implement these findings into their practice and interventions. And lastly, it was proven that early skin-to-skin contact does not take longer or add to the nurse's workload, so there's no excuse the nurse can make about not initiating early skin-to-skin contact for as long as possible. And these are my references. Thank you very much.